Hi there, my name's Andy Hillier and today's guitar lesson is going to be on the classic track Every Breath You Take from The Police. It's a lovely little song. It's a little bit tricky to play because you've got some big stretches, but it's not too bad. I'm going to teach you the whole thing today. Just before I do though, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, leave me some comments in the comment section as well, let me know what songs I should do next. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to support me, you can support me on Patreon. I'll leave a link to that in the description. My guitar's in standard tuning. One thing to point out though is the original record is not perfectly in tune to standard tuning. It's a little bit out. So it's a little bit in between fret 4 and 5. So you could choose to start playing this on fret 4 or you could start to play it on fret 5. I've chosen to do it on fret 4. If you wanted to, you could move it all up a semitone and start playing it on fret 5. It's somewhere in between those two notes. Okay, so the first line, like this main riff, starts with this. Okay, to play that, I'm going to put my first finger on E4, then I'm going to use my second finger on A6, and then little finger up to D8. It's a big stretch. And then I go back to the A string on fret 6, so you got. And then I move my first finger. Some people play it with all the fingers down like this. I find it really hard because I've got quite small hands. So what I do is I use my first finger on the E string, second finger on the A6, little finger on the D8, and I move my first finger down to G5. So we've got, so down to the G5, and then back to the D8, A6, and then D8. So the first bar slowly goes. And it's all palm muted. Without the palm mute, it sounds like this. With the palm mute. Now in bar 2, you'll see there's just a little percentage mark. That means you're going to play exactly the same as what was in the previous bar, which is bar 1. So bars 1 and 2 are the same. So you've got. Into bar 3, and we go all the way down to fret 1. Now an even bigger stretch now, so E1, A3 with your second finger, and then fret 5 on the D string with your little finger, so you got back to the A string, and then move your first finger down to G1, then the D5, A3 and D5, so bar 3 slowly. And bar 4 is the same, so bars 3 and 4 go. Bar 5, we're going to go to fret 4 on the A string, second finger on D6, little finger on G8, and it plays down those 3 notes, back to the D6, and then you can move your little finger off and put your third finger on G6. So far in bar 5 you've got, and then back to the D6, A4 and D6. So bar 5 slowly. And then it's the same thing up 2 frets in bar 6. So first finger on 6 on the A string, second finger on 8 on the D string, little finger on G10, and third finger on G8. So bars 5 and 6 go. And bar 7 is the same as bar 1. And 7 and 8 are exactly the same. So go. So the whole line slowly goes like this. So that's the intro. And then the verse starts, and it's exactly the same, apart from the last 2 bars. Instead of going to the A flat, it goes down to the F, which is the 1st fret. So the last 2 bars are just the same as the 3rd and 4th bars. So hopefully that line makes sense. So you literally play through that line, exactly the same apart from the last 2 bars. And then the next line is exactly the same as the first line, the intro line. So just straight the way through. So hopefully those 2 lines make sense. Same idea. And then we get to the bridge. The bridge is a bit different. It starts on A4. It's the same as what we had on the previous line. A4, D6, G8, D6, G6, D6, A4, and D6. So the next bar, bar 26, is slightly different. We're going to play the A4 twice, then G6, A4, then G4, which I'm using my first finger flat, and then D6, A4, and D6. So that bar slowly goes. So if we put bars 25 and 26 together, we've got... And then bar 27 is the same as what the first bar was in the intro. And bar 28 is the same. Bar 29 is the same shape, you just move it up 2 frets. So you end up with E6, A8, D10, and then moving your first finger down to 7 on the G string. So you've got... And then next bar, bar 11, we've gone A6, D8, and then G8. So same idea as what we did before. So that bridge slowly goes. And then the next line is the same as the first line in the verse, so that should be pretty straightforward. And then we get a middle 8, which goes this. So for that E chord, first finger G1, second finger A2, third finger D2, hit the whole chord, and then I'm just doing a chugging, like just playing the quavers on the top 2 strings here. For the rest of that bar and into the next bar. And then we get a G flat chord, which is your first finger barred across all the strings on the 2nd fret, second finger on G3, third finger A4, little finger on D4. Same idea on that. So hit the chord and then just chug away on the top 2 strings. And then that repeats and you play those 4 bars again. And then the last 2 bars are just the E chord, playing it and then chugging the quavers. So hopefully that makes sense. So the whole line is like E, G flat, back to the beginning, E, G flat, carry on to the E chord, and then there's kind of like an instrumental which it goes over the verse. Literally, if you go from like the 2nd line that we played and played all the way through, it does the 2 lines of the verse without singing, and then does a bridge, and then chorus just to finish. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed that little guitar lesson. If you have, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, it's Andy Hillier. It really does help me out. Give me a like on the video as well. Please leave me some comments as well. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know where in the world you're from. Let me know what songs you would like me to do next. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to support me, keep me doing this channel, and you want to print the tabs off this, I'll put them on my Patreon site. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. Well, thanks for watching this. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.